Good morning, my beautiful subscribers. How are you today? My beautiful words before I start with the subject. If you can see it, you can have it. Whatever your mind desires, if you can see it in your mind, you can achieve it. The greatest battle is always the mind. It doesn't matter what anybody says. If you don't believe in yourself, then that already makes you a loser. So believe in yourself, see your goals, and you will achieve them. The battle always begins with your mind. Talking about the mind, the government always want to control us through using the mind, using adverts, radios, TVs. No government ever engage with us on a respectable, level playing field. They always try to manipulate us in any way whatsoever. They manipulate us through false wars, through false flags, and they are so desperate they will do anything to manipulate truth. They make promises that they can't keep, but still people vote them in. They make policies they have no intention in keeping, but still people vote them in. Such a government that can do something like that, can they be trusted? Do you trust your government? No, you don't. Of course you don't. But you'll be voting next time they come around rallying for your vote. Do you trust your government when they tell you that the chemical or ChemTrail known, or what's it called now? I think it's portmanteau, which means chem and trail, chemical trail, meaning that when need all these flying aeroplanes and Boeing 474, the big gigantic monsters in the sky, and they're leaving these, and I quote, radiation. Do you believe that there's a sinister design behind that? Or do you believe these scientists who claim it's nothing more than water vapor? Spling, 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 spling. Nothing more than water vapor that is somehow created by the atmosphere, depending on the humidity level. It's quite interesting theory or hypothesis. Many people believe that this ChemTrail, this chemical trail that we see, is nothing more than psychological manipulation, human control, weather modification. They believe that, there's something sinister. They're trying to control us. They want to control the population. But if this is true, why would the government then push the LGBT cause when they could just use ChemTrail? If they want to break down the family, break down population, make us stupid, make us dopey, give us cheeseburger, McDonald's, KFC, keep us dopey, that we keep voting for them and we can't reason, then why bother pushing the LGBT agenda? Many of us are already brainwashed. Many of us don't mind seeing a pregnant man. No, I'm giving birth. No, it's coming. Instead of, many of us, we've been brainwashed already to accept strange definition of family. Many of us don't even mind 2 gay men adopting children, 2 lesbians adopt. We don't mind that. We don't mind we call it. Never mind he or him or sir or madam or lady or female. No, call me an it. Call me an it. We now, the LGBT now want the world to be known as an it. We don't mind that. So we already been brainwashed. So how can we, who are already brainwashed, claim that our minds are open to see the agenda, that the chemtrail is to damage us psychologically, to brainwash us? We're already brainwashed. The person who's brainwashed can't know the strategy of the government. And if you are awakened, you would know that the government is pushing the LGBT to keep your mind docile, break down the family life, and make sure that no revelation can take revolution, vision, revolution can't take place, because the family is broken. Without the family, you have no revolution. Without the family, you have no social revolt, no mutiny, no resistance. Without the family, you have no identity. And if you notice, the government has spent more time attacking the family. You attack the family and the nation is finished. So why bother use chemtrail? You know, using the force of the LGBT, you already got people dopey, already got people stupid, already got people docile. I'm pro-gay, everybody live your way. The government's already carried out a psychological warfare onto our minds without us noticing it. Why use chemtrails? Many scientists, now before I go to the subject, scientists have been known to lie. So as long as the government fund the university, the scientists will tell the government whatever they want to hear. Gypsy Lee, cross my palm with silver and I'll tell your future. You got a prosperous future, plenty of oil. Just tell the government what they want to hear, and they'll cross the palm with silver. Most universities rely on government funding. Most university where these science and do the experiments, they rely on government funding, and they will tell the government what they want to hear. That's how the LGBTQ hijacked for their purpose scientific theories, for them to say that there's a gay gene. The gay community, they hijacked it and they kidnapped psychiatrists, books, etc. I can show you videos of all that. So these people, these scholars, they can be brought out. They can be threatened. I repeat, these scholars, and scientists, scholars, they can be threatened. And most of all, they can be bribed. So are the government really, are they really being brought out? Maybe chemtrails, conspiracy theorists are nutters. Everybody says that 9/11, when the conspiracy theorists came out and said that it was an inside job, they were called nutters. In the end, 1 million people plus began to question George Bush. When in aerospace, not even one aeroplane was flying after 9/11, or during 9/11, sorry, only they were banned from flying, and only Bin Laden's family was allowed to fly in that aeroplane after having a lovely meal with Bush and his family. You must look up Fahrenheit 11 by Michael Moore, and you know he goes into it beautifully. After having meal and a dinner, lovely, thank you very much. I'll see you next month. I'll see you next month. More business, dirty business. And the Bin Laden family was the only one allowed The so-called, let's look for Bin Laden, we smoke him out. It's all acting, it's all acting. And many people now realize it's all an act. If they can do that and create a massive social anxiety, a massive stage, if they could put on a massive stage and lie through their teeth, what makes you think you can believe them over chemtrails? If your government can poison you and put money behind drugs company, would you trust them to tell you the truth? Maybe the conspiracy theorists are doolally, but there are books out there and videos where conspiracy theorists, because all conspiracy means is the word, design, plot, or agenda. That's all it means. There's nothing spooky about it. Conspiracy. Ah! No. All it means is the word plot, scheme, and that's it. That's all conspiracy means. The government plot, the government agenda, the government design. That's all it means. It's not some spooky word. Ah! Conspiracy. The government do plot. The government do scheme. The government do bullshit. The government do favour one group over the other. That's not conspiracy. That's a fact. Just checking my phone, sorry. Right? That is a fact. When I was a child, and even now, when when it's a beautiful summer's day, or and you wonder, why is there these trails hanging around? And you think to yourself, if nuclear or even bombs, which has radioactive waves and chemicals, can float. Let me give you an example. Where I live, there was something happened at the army base. There was a chemical spill, and just going to shock you. There was a chemical spill. And this is just before I moved here. Thank God for that. Just before I moved here, because the people, not only they have the highest depression, the highest suicide rate, and that will, this is the countryside. This is the countryside. High suicide, highest depression rate, and it's a very strange area. And it's ever since, even the newspaper says, ever since there was a radiation, ever since that happened, the young people became cabbage dead. The people are strange. Their minds are closed. They haters, racist, and it's ever since the chemical happened. At the army barracks, they released some chemicals by accident, and it turned the people strange, full of hate. They don't want to love their fellow man. But what they are into is LGBTQ. They're into that, funny enough. Something happened. The NHS was questioning why is it that the teenage pregnancies were so low in that area, which is a contradiction, considering that the suicide rate is high and they know that sex is prolific. Work it out for yourself. So there are evidence that these chemicals do something. These chemicals, when it goes into the atmosphere, creates behavior modification, creates a change of consciousness. But this is something that people don't want to hear. Oh, the government's so beautiful, they're patriotic, they wouldn't do it to me. I'm white. They wouldn't do it to me, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they? You need to look at history. You need to read history. My closing. The government don't want you to be awakened. Why do you think they spend so much time making sure that black people and white people don't join forces? If black people and white people join forces, there would be a revolution. There would be a mutiny. If black people and white people were to join hands together, the government could not control us. But how these rich families, these Jews, how they how they control the world is by dividing blacks and whites. And I can send you a link of a Jewish man who I'm subscribed to, and he said even further than that. He went even worse. He said that the LGBTQ agenda is Jewish design to break down family values in Europe. They hate Gentiles. This is a Jewish man saying this. He's got a Jewish beard and a Jewish hat, so it's not a fake. But keep black people from white people. Keep them separate, and there will never be a revolution, because we'll be at each other's throats. And the powerful 1% can do whatever they want. They can kill you, they can poison you, but you think black people are your enemy. And that's what they want. Keep us divided. Because if we came together in truth, in peace, in understanding of consciousness and human progress, to see the game that's being played with racial division, we could be a powerful force for good. But the government don't want that. They don't want white people and black people uniting. And we fall for the game. We fall for their dirty tricks. Oh, they're so powerful. They'll create a terrorism, and they say, oh, you know, black person did it. Create more hate, filter it and foster it and stoke it and poke the fire, the flames of hate. It's their duty to keep us divided, so that we don't think. They'll think for you. You don't cry for peace, so they will come for you, and they will introduce their new world order, the battle for your mind, because they want you to remain blind. They want you to remain ignorant. Wake up. Your government don't care about you. It's all about those few elite. George Bush is related to the Queen. These bloodline groups have a way of coming together. Have you noticed? Never outsiders that come into the seat of power. It's always families. Families. We don't live in a democracy of truth. I'm out of here. I've had enough. I really have.